Hello there, welcome to this particular e-learn training, and for this particular training set we'll be looking at how to understand and work or run computer maintenance on your computer despite the type or form of the computer you are using. Okay, so let's look at our objectives as usual. Our objectives in terms of computer maintenance is that at the end of the lesson you should be able to understand why computer maintenance is important, understand the basic care of computer software, and understand the basic care of computer hardware. So this is really going to be a very fruitful lesson. Let's see what he has to offer. So first things first, why is computer maintenance important? Why is it vital to perform computer maintenance? Well, understand that when you got your system at first, maybe you bought it brand new, it was really quick in responding, and that's simply because it was operating at optimal level. That's at the best level. That's what optimal means, at the best level in which it could operate. And while that actually was going on, notice that after a year or 6 months of using, depending on how often you use it, the computer speed or response times started slowing down. It's not because your core components are dying, nope. It's because you haven't maintained the computer. A computer that is maintained, at certain intervals during usage would ensure that it keeps up to that speed, the optimal speed or the optimal response time at which it was, the way it behaved when it was bought at first. That's why we say here that computer maintenance is essential, okay, mainly because it's going to keep your computer running at vital or your computer running at vital and optimal speed, no matter the length of time at which you use it. So we say that first of all, computer maintenance involves using certain groups of steps to keep the computer operating correctly and at optimal speed. So computer maintenance actually involves using groups of steps to keep the computer operating correctly at optimal speed. Alright, and these steps would involve taking care of the software, which is called software maintenance, and take care of the hardware, which is called hardware maintenance. It's very important for you to note that both hardware and software maintenance have to be carried out. You can't carry out one without the other. It's not advisable. Okay, and we're saying here that it is vital to perform computer maintenance so that we keep our computers in good operating conditions and achieve those tasks we use them for easily. Of course, if you do carry out your computer maintenance practices, your computer will actually respond faster and better, and you will not have to sigh or struggle when using the computer to carry out your daily tasks or your official tasks or periodic tasks, as the case might be. Okay, so let's see these particular steps or group of steps in their various categories. We'll first look at the basic software maintenance tips. So this involves the things that you should or should not do, or what you should do at regular intervals to ensure the computer is running fine. For basic software maintenance tips, the first one, okay, is to always turn off your computer system normally. Avoid emergency shutdown. Avoid a situation where you're using your computer and because of absence of power it goes up by itself. That is not a good thing to the software, because it actually confuses and causes problem in the software codes, as the computer is writing them as it's serving you. Always ensure you turn it down normally. Okay, don't avoid pressing and holding down the power off buttons for emergency shutdown, because that's an abrupt shutdown, and sometimes when that is done consistently on a computer that has not been maintained, it can cause what we call an operating system panic, where the operating system, and the kernel file just disappears for like a couple of days and your system will not boot. Okay, and sometimes it's so severe that it will call for formatting and reinstalling of operating systems all over again. The second one is, before installing any other software on your computer, find out if it's compatible with your computer from an IT professional in the related field. Very important. Don't just see persons using softwares and you want to install them without finding out if they will match or if they were made to work on your computer. There are friendly softwares that will work on any computer. There are also softwares that when you do install them, they might end up fighting with the computer itself based on the fact that it was not made for that computer, or the configuration do not match that particular computer, and as such the computer will start acting up and will crash, or start acting slowly or sluggishly, or start hanging. So to avoid this, you meet out to an IT professional to get his or her professional advice on a particular software and if it will run correctly on your system, so that you do not regret your actions. Alright, and the next one is do not install any software you don't use. That's like should be the basic rule of thumbs here. Any software that you are not using, please don't install it, because I don't see the reason why you should fill up your computer with softwares that you are not using. Okay, it's not important, and it's not advisable, and more essentially, you know, it keeps your computer at risk depending on the type of software that you install. Okay, then always have a protection software, an antivirus, anti-spyware, anti-malware to protect your software already installed on the computer as a whole. Of course, an antivirus is a very essential thing. I always advise our trainees, once you are getting a computer system, ensure you put a working, complete build of an antivirus. We have a lot of antiviruses. We can walk you through how to install them, and you know what it means for it to be licensed and what it means for it not to be licensed, and so on and so forth. But ensure that you have a protection software running on that computer. There are a lot of threats out there, and more threats are being created. Viruses, malwares, spywares, adwares, trojans, they are being made every day. Okay, so please ensure you have a working antivirus or protection software on the computer system. Okay, and then after using the computer for more than 8 months, depending on the intensity of your usage, you are expected to run software maintenance. If you don't know how to run software maintenance, you can give it to an IT repair expert to do it for you. So a minimum of 8 months is fine, but if you notice your computer is slowing down at any point in time, please call the attention of your IT repair expert so he or she can look at the system and know what the problem is, and if possible run software maintenance to get the system working properly. Alright, so that summarizes it for software. Okay, of course we'll summarize it with the last one that says that if you notice a sudden reduction, which I've covered already, in response time on your computer, quickly report to the IT repairer expert so the issue can be addressed. I don't mention that previously, so it's very important. So let's move on to hardware, and let's see what hardware tips we have for you today. Okay, so the first one is you are expected to keep liquids and food away from the computer. We know it's very tempting. You're watching a movie, you're typing, you're walking. The tendency of eating close to the computer is a real threat. But please keep liquids and food away from the computer system, as these are not computer friendly, so you don't affect the hardware. Okay, liquid spills can cause short circuiting of systems and total loss of computers, so please keep it away from the computer. Next one is avoid working with the computer in very hot and unventilated areas, as this will cause a CPU emergency shutdown. You know, and it can cause damages. I've seen where chipsets, not bridge chipsets, are damaged, or South bridge chipsets are damaged, or solar, because of the excess heat from their ball bearings on the motherboard. So please, when you're working with the computer, work in a place that is, you know, cool to a reasonable extent, that is ventilated, you know, and do not place the computer in areas where there are fans, because every computer has a fan inside it, at least most of them, that their cooling fans will be blocked such that it can't cool the system. You know, be sure the areas you work with the computer that it is not hot and it is well ventilated. Okay, moving on. You expect to also use devices in their correct ports. Every port has its own function. USB ports, PS2 ports, serial ports, video ports, DVI ports, a lot of them on the laptop, on desktops, on palm tops, tablets, etc. Be sure to connect these ports correctly. Do not force any connection to any port, because if you force any connection to any port that does not match, you end up damaging that port and invariably damage your computer system. So you have to be careful on that. There is a follow-up course on that repair maintenance, so we'll look at all these ports and their uses and what you can use them for. Alright, we'll gladly want to have you on that particular training so you learn more. Okay, and then of course for cleaning the body of the hardware, please use a damp cloth and avoid using liquid directly or washing detergent. Just soak cotton cloth in water, squeeze it out, let it be damp, squeeze it out very well, and just wipe. Avoid liquid on the computer. Okay, and last but not least, if the computer has a physical keyboard or keypad present, there is what we call the keypad cleaner. Don't go and use stick or broom or whatever. It's going to damage the keypad. Use what they call a keypad cleaner that comes with either compressed air or the one that has air that blows through it to clean the dirt in between the keypad, so that your keypad will not start malfunctioning. So if you obey all these rules here, I believe your computer hardware will be fine. Okay. It's not a one-day thing. It's not a marathon. It's a sprint. It's not a sprint. Sorry, it's a marathon. You do the maintenance bit by bit at regular intervals to ensure your computer is working just fine. Alright, it's been wonderful having you for this particular section. I actually do want to point out that this is just a very small section compared to those who will be taking the computer repair maintenance training separately. That one will go deep into repairs, taking apart systems, IC board testing, etc. But this is just the basics to help you maintain your computer at a simple, user-friendly level. Alright, thanks so much for being with us. Be sure to tune in for other training topics. I'm sure you definitely learn some more. Up until then, take care.